Hello everyone, welcome back to Nails by Sora. Trying to get myself situated here. I'm usually already set up, futzing with my camera, trying to get that ready. All right, so today I have a habit of psyching myself out when doing techniques that I haven't done before, and I've been planning this one for a few months. It was originally actually, it might not be in this book. It was leading up to my vacation. I'd seen these designs online of, hold that thought. I'd seen these designs that were like watercolor washes with ink drawings on top. And I kind of wanted to do that with some Paris scenes. I've drawn them out before. I did it on my iPad. So you've got like the Eiffel Tower in the background, and you've got a couple underneath an umbrella. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to do the pinstripe French accents. I think I want all my nails to pretty much be the same. I'm not sure. But like I said, I haven't really done this style before with the watercolor effect. And I don't want this to be an all-day project, but at the same time, it's something that I really want to try to do. So I was going to alternate between a Parisian design and a London design with maybe Big Ben in the background and the London Eye. And I keep pushing it off because I can't really decide what I want to do. But I'm gonna summon my Dutch courage without the alcohol. I'm going to use my coffee instead. And we're gonna at least start in on the manicure. So I'm gonna start the way that I always do, with dehydrating my nails. I've gone and done my shaping, the removal of all the product from the manicure before. I'm going to go in and do my normal prep. So I default to the Gel-X system just because it's easy to grab. And I don't need redundant products. A dehydrator is a dehydrator. For all intents and purposes, a primer is a primer, so long as you're using it for the right product that you have on your nails. Unless you have really, really oily nail beds, you don't want to use an acid primer. This is acid free. It's non-damaging. It just adds that tacky layer to the nail so that your products will stick. But first I'm going in just around the cuticle to melt down any lifted areas there might be. This is the gel tip primer that you would use with the Gel-X system. Whenever you apply a new set, you would use it to chemically etch the underside so that it sticks better to your nail. But then you can also use it on the surface in case you have any rough edges to help melt it down and smooth it out against the nail plate. So I always do that whenever I do a backfill or whenever I do a removal process. And then the primer goes on top of that. This doesn't need to be cured in an LED lamp. It just air dries. Just make sure that you give it a good minute or so to set up before going in with the gel on top. I just realized I don't usually do my dominant hand on camera. I usually go and do the manicure on one hand first to, wrap my brain around it before I go in and show you what I did. But I guess we're doing it differently today because I was not paying attention. So I'm using Tiny's Lang Lang series TYY001. It's a milky white, and I'm going to do 2, maybe 3 coats on each hand. or on each finger rather. Okay, so I slightly messed up. I meant to do a base coat on all my nails first. So I went and flash cured my thumb because I didn't feel like removing the white. And then I went in with the base coat on the other 4. And we'll just hope I don't have any problems with lifting on my thumb. I don't think I will. I prepared it quite well. So let's continue on with our milky white. All right, before I go in with sketching out my designs, I'm going to go in with a no wipe top coat so that I have a smooth surface to paint on. I think also I need to investigate another milky white. I have Funny Bunny from OPI, but it's a little too opaque. I need something in between that one and this one where I'm going to get this final result without having to do 3 coats. For some reason, my thumb looks more opaque than the rest of my fingers, this is actually what I'm going for. I almost feel like I need a 4th coat on the other fingers, but I'm not going to do that. All right, let's get into this, shall we? Got a nice clean surface. I've wiped it with some alcohol, which I think I need to do again because I was futzing around with plugging in my computer. So we've got our black. I'm going to put some on the palette just because this is getting rather low. Okay. I want to make sure I don't have a saturated brush. I want to pick up as little as possible at a time. I want to open up my reference would help. Yeah, let's bring this over so I can see it. Starting off dirty, aren't we? Okay. So starting off with the Eiffel Tower. want to do really thin lines. I don't want it in the center of my nail because symmetrical designs don't look right, traditionally speaking. And I don't want it really saturated black. Am I in frame? I can't see. Okay, so the one I'm drawing is slightly tilted. It's not head on, so there'll be, the side of it will be coming out. The side. Let's go and put the first level. And then we're gonna go and put the second level. Okay, I messed it up, so I'm going to start over. I apologize. Okay, I had to pause it and put my hand flat on the table because I couldn't balance it and get the right angle. And my head was in view, so I decided not to record. Basically just did the same process as before, just a little bit more controlled with having my thumb flat. I am now going to flash cure it so I don't mess it up again. And then we're going to do the side coming down at an angle. All right, that is cured. Going to go, I don't really want to keep my finger down because it's further away from the camera and then it doesn't come out clear. We're gonna come down from the corner at the top at an angle and bring it away. To about there. And then we're going to draw the side arch. Just like so. And then continue down at a downward angle. For the different tiers. And then we want to create, because we're looking up at it from underneath, you need to create the underside of the arches. And that's going at the wrong angle. Just like so. And here as well. Just gonna lightly shade that in. Need to do it the same here. create some depth. I'm going to flash cure it again in a moment. I just need to create the division at the top for the dome. So there's another line right here. Now I just want to create the lines in the structure. Very lightly, almost washed out. And we're going to flash cure that again. So I want to do some foliage. I don't want it to be overbearing. I'm thinking about also doing a lantern, a street light. Let's see how that would turn out. Do we like the street lantern? Ooh, hand is cramping. Just putting in some leaves. Really just random shapes to represent leaves, not being too deliberate. Now the only question is, do I do Paris on one hand and London on the other? I would split it up into two separate videos so it wouldn't take too long. I don't think I want to do every nail, a different design in every nail, because A, that would take freaking forever. And also I don't want it to look too crazy. So the question is, what do I do on the accent nails? I will have to figure that out. Kind of want to do like a Paris cafe. Trying to think of the perspective. It's a bit too complicated for the nail. I don't like it. Let's find something else to do, shall we? All right, skipping ahead to a different design that I was going to work on until I figure out what I want to do for the third one. I'm really on the fence of this, but I guess I'm just going to have to see it out. Okay, we've got our sketches in. I'm going to go ahead and start in on the watercolors now. Still not sure what I'm going to do with my accent nails, but this is the watercolor set that I will be using. Got it on Amazon. I will link it down below. There's some metallics in here, flat colors. Obviously, it's counterintuitive to use water with gel nails. You want a really light application of water. You want to go very slow, very deliberate. You don't want to oversaturate the nail. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. I've got my little glass of water here off to the side. Just trying to arrange things in a cohesive manner. Okay, let's go in with some green. Well, it's more of a yellow green. Once I put down color, I'm drawing off some of the water. Kind of being very loose with it. Going beyond the leaves and kind of filtering it out into like an aura. And taking some water and bleeding it out some more. I'm going to go in with a darker green and add that in a little bit more sparingly. And it's good to do this on a matte surface because it'll really soak into the nail and not just float on the surface. Because if it's floating on the surface, then when you go and you top coat over it, it will bleed. I'm gonna go in with some yellow for the light. And then see if I can create like a brighter wash in the surrounding area. Kind of like it's casting a glow. You just want to play around. Be loose with it. See what kind of designs you can create, what kind of ambiance. And then I want to put in a little bit of a wash of a blue sky. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. I may go back in she says as she's prepping the brush again to bring up some more color. Just want to do a little bit of a wash over the Eiffel Tower. Where's my gray? Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to let that settle in and I'm going to move on to the other drawings. All right, this is what we've got. I'm thinking I may leave my pointer finger and my pinky naked, and not do any design or anything on it. I don't know how that looks, but I'm not sure if I want to matte everything or if I want to shiny top coat. So I'm going to matte first. I'll be able to actually obviously see what it looks like shiny with it wet. And then when it cures, be able to see what it looks like matte. I have a feeling I'm going to want it shiny because I always want everything shiny. And it makes the colors so much more vibrant. I really can't decide what I want to do. I mean, my pointer finger and pinky look so naked without a design on it. And I do like the matte, but I think I do want to finish it off shiny. I'm going to leave my pointer finger and pinky for now. So I'm considering doing an ombre of some sort. Okay, so I did a very pale reverse ombre. Reverse because I put the white down first, and now I'm going in with the nude. Just gently feathering it down with my ombre brush. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit more to make it a little bit more opaque. Definitely prefer the shiny. In terms of the top coat. Okay, so the left hand is finished. You have to let me know what you think down below. I am going to continue on with my right hand, but that's going to be in a different video. So, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you always know when new videos are available. Don't forget, I will be splitting my videos up now between Patreon and YouTube. If you did not watch that video, I will place it in the cards where I explain what's going on with this channel. Videos like this will be on YouTube on Mondays, and on Fridays, extra content will be on Patreon. All the information is down in the description box. Go check that out. All the products I use in this video will be in the description box as well. And I will see you next week when I do my right hand, which will be London. Thank you. Bye. All right, everyone, popping back in to show you the second set. If you want to see how I did these nails, stay tuned for next week's video. Took a bit more time and care than on my left hand because obviously I'm working with my non-dominant hand, but I love the way they came out. I think Big Ben is definitely my favorite. But thank you so much for watching. Again, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you always know when new videos are available, and I'll see you in the next one.